Hello, Earth. It's been another wild week, and I can't resist talking about it a little bit. Karen Reed, it's been stressful waiting for this jury to come back. I can't believe how brief the defense's side was. I hope that wins points with the jury. And then they didn't come back in an hour with a not guilty, and I started to panic because it should be that easy. It's that easy, guys. But why did Judge Bev choose the foreman before even pulling the alternatives, other people, the people who aren't even allowed to sit in on the deliberations? This is one thing about the system that annoys the hell out of me. There are always alternates. Wise. I love that they do that. They're not even allowed to sit in with the people who aren't alternates. They have to sit somewhere else and not talk about the case with each other. And then if something happens and they have to trade in one of the alternates, all of the deliberations have to start over. Why the fuck do they do that? Why not just let them sit in the corner and witness what the others are saying? And that way, even more time isn't wasted. Because this shit was decided like 200 years ago, I guess. But anyway, so the defense rested, and they did their closing arguments. And Jackson, beautiful, perfect, it was absolutely glorious, well done. And lollygagged, and he did not practice at all. And was rushed at the very end. She's like, you got 5 minutes. And then like 5 minutes, beyond 5 minutes, 20 minutes later, she's like, you've gone over your time. And he's like, so that's why you should find her totally guilty at the end. I mean, it was just like, don't talk about the snow. Don't talk about McCabe. Don't, like, you're very bad at your job. You are so bad at this. Are you doing this bad on purpose? So, and I don't know why the more invested I get in this, or in any case, I always forget that a hung jury is a thing and can totally happen. So when they started deliberating and didn't come back in an hour, and I started to panic, I just, and then, you know, you're on Twitter and people are like, hey, I deal with juries. Don't worry. It's good for the defense when they take a long time. And I'm like, well, they didn't take very long with the OJ, and it was good for him when it went quickly. So I still have faith, especially since they came in on Friday and they said, hey, Judge Bev, we've tried real hard and we really want to go home. So we're deadlocked. And she didn't give him a pep talk. She didn't even give him any suggestions. She's just like, nope, have lunch and go back. Like, I know there are other instructions that they can give. The Rodriguez instruction, I guess is what it's called in Massachusetts. I've seen it done in Florida where they specifically say, okay, we suggest you go back there and like make a pro-con list or something like that and vote, or browbeat the person that's holding out. I feel is like that's going to be Judge Bev's suggestion, is just like guilt trip them until they change their mind. It's going to be a hung jury, and I will take that any day. Absolutely, because she goes free, and they cannot try this again. They cannot put Proctor on the stand again. Especially since he's under investigation still, along with everybody else who clearly lied. I can't believe one thing. I wish Jackson had mentioned that they lied straight to the jury. They gave you flipped evidence that they had to digitally fix so the wording wouldn't be backwards and so the time and date wouldn't be backwards. They gave you altered evidence repeatedly. I don't understand why it's taking this long. Why did Judge Bev choose the alternates and then the foreman? That feels bought. That feels like a setup to me. But I still have faith. And I feel at poor Karen. I hope she's able to sleep at least. I think she can still drink wine if she needs. So more power to you, Karen. You have more support than you have any idea. I think there was a law and crime poll that came back 87% of the population is on your side. That is an amazing stat. That's not even an asshole ratio. You know what I mean? So there's that. And I just happened to catch a few minutes of Rekieta talking to Drax, I think is one of his nicknames. His life achievement will be a bad pizza commercial that never even aired. He's the one who's on with Vito. Why can't I remember his name? He's the one that recently received the Sonichu medallion and threatened to put it on, which is pretty funny. And I have to admit, I can tell that he's behaving himself. Nick isn't, well, he's not disassociating and jerking off on air like he did the day before he was arrested. He's definitely still using a little bit. I mean, they caught a hot mic of it the other day, but it kind of warmed my heart to see him have like a coherent conversation with an old friend. I was like, this is what I missed. This is what everybody misses. Your nose is still a little red, buddy. But, and yeah, the Johnny Depp poster behind you is kind of cute. And the Joker is, Heath Ledger wins. I'm sorry, guys. He was the best, and you can't beat that. And you're also not the Joker, and I don't know why everybody wants to be a lunatic who tortured his girlfriend. I don't know. Because he's a classic character, I suppose. But I have to admit, it was really nice to see Nick be lucid and semi-intelligent. It's going to take a little while to dry out the brain, but it was good to see Nick be almost normal. Now get all the way normal and submit to drug testing and get your fucking kids back, dude. Please. Oh my God, I had something else to say and it wasn't quite as depressing. Oh, Metokur, Metokur, I don't know how to pronounce it. Jim, he's fucking hysterical. And I know he's super, super fucking sick. And so every time he streams, it's a gift. And he's, I think, streaming right now. It just started. So I'm sorry, I have to go. It's very rude of me, but get a hat for your hat and like and subscribe.